Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. I'm going to do a reading for you today on your divine masculine. And this is something called a horseshoe spread. Okay, so we're going to take a look at basically some advice for you and your divine masculine. Really, it's for you, divine feminine, because your divine masculine isn't here watching this reading. The divine masculine rarely exhibits the same type of journey or path that the divine feminine does. Now, that doesn't mean that your divine masculine does not go through an awakening, but the awakening that they go through is not going to look the same as yours. They're not going to experience it the same way that you do. So looking for signs of an awakening within your divine masculine isn't going to do you much good. If anything, it's just going to distract you from your own path and your own awakening. This is your journey. This is not a journey that you have to make or cause your divine masculine to act or do or say in any way that you think that they should. That would be judgment and a complete lack of faith and a misdirection of attention and energy from what this journey is trying to wake you up to, which is, your soul, which is your connection to source. That's where we find union. That's where we find balance. That's where we find resurrection of self. That's where we find truth and knowledge is from within. We can't find it from without. And your divine masculine is, at least the part of you that, or part of him that you're looking at or her, is outside of you. Okay. Now remember, divine feminine and divine masculine have nothing to do with gender. While it is true that many divine feminines are in fact female, it doesn't mean that all divine feminines are female. And it doesn't mean that all divine masculines are male. This is a manifestation of energy between the both of you. You are the divine feminine because you are experiencing this journey the way that you are. It's obvious that you're the divine feminine. The divine feminine experiences the receptive energy a certain way, and so the journey, it shows up for you a certain way. Divine masculine experiences it in a different way, which is why we know that they are the divine masculine. But it's just a blueprint of energy, right? The divine feminine, the divine masculine energy shows up in the duality of everything in this world. We have positive and negative energy flow. So this reading is going to give us some information that you can use, divine feminine, to kind of navigate your way through this spiritual awakening process that has been ignited by your twin flame. So we're going to look at past influences right now, okay? So this is past influences for you and your divine masculine. With this first card, we have Queen of Wands. So when we're looking at past influences and we're taking a look at it through the lens of what the energy of the Queen of Wands is, we have a pretty confident relationship with a lot of people. Okay, so you and your divine masculine have a fairly good group of people around you that I think you can probably feel pretty confident are a group of people that really truly care and love the both of you. There could be a little bit of overlap in the people that the two of you know, but for the most part, there's not any real severe negative influences. This is something that can be looked at through the lens, though, of not all positive influences appear to have a positive source. Sometimes knowing what we don't want is an extraordinarily positive thing. And so there are people within our soul family, our soul groups, these kinds of relationships that we have that show up to show us a lot of what we don't want. Sometimes people could look at that as like a negative thing, like, oh, this is a negative person in my life. And I guess in some ways you could say that that's true, but they're showing up for a positive reason, which is to help you on your journey, to help your divine masculine on their journey, and to teach very important and valuable lessons. So therefore it would be a positive thing, right? So that's kind of how we start to collapse dualities. We see that there are positive and negative effects, or again, you could say even divine feminine and divine masculine effects in everything. And they're both very, very valuable energies, very, very valuable perspectives. Present issues that you and your divine masculine might be facing. 9 of Swords. There's probably some very negative emotions that are plaguing the two of you. This, to me, really speaks of a kind of dark night of the soul energy, feeling very attacked by your own inner demons, so to speak, right? Like your own inner perspectives, that voice within your head. Maybe there's a lot of negativity and insecurity and feelings of, worthlessness, not feeling good enough. A lot of fear-based energy in this card. And I see it for both you and your divine masculine. Now, right here, it's a very slippery card. This little owl, right, this white owl is kind of looking in this girl's world right here where she's feeling quite attacked. I kind of see this right here as Source seeing what's going on right here. And this is the higher self. And these things are happening for a reason. We can't really deal with our shadows if we're unaware of our shadows. So, and then this being nighttime, this is divine feminine energy, okay? This is like an awakening here. And when we go through an awakening, whether we go through our awakening as a result of meeting our twin flame, or through a catalyst, or through like a catalyst type of event in our lives, it is absolutely happening when it's meant to. And it always, always includes this period of like a dark night of the soul. Because that's how we purge all of these things that are not serving us well, the conditioning and the programming, the false beliefs, the things that we kind of fell for through our innocence, along the way. We consent sometimes through ignorance or innocence to belief systems that don't serve us well and are not actually for our highest good, even though sometimes they can appear to be. And so through the laws of the universe, through cause and effect, we learn lessons on our journey that help us to kind of let go of, purge. Now, again, kind of like this other energy over here, the things that show up negatively, there is a positive aspect to that because it teaches us things. And again, to know what you are not, or to know who you are not, or what you do or don't want is very, very important. Both sides of the coin are extraordinarily valuable in life. So future developments. Future developments. For this, we have the Emperor in reverse. There's going to be some issues with immaturity, feelings of needing to be in control. This is coming from a fear-based place. These are patterns that we all develop as human beings that make us feel that we need to have a hierarchy, that there's got to be, if I'm good, then you're bad, or, if there's good, then there must be evil. This is all duality. This journey is going to take you through the process of collapsing that duality, for sure. The experience that we have while we're going through this awakening is there's this deep realization that we go through that all things happen for a reason, right? The darkness is only there to serve the light. Without that darkness, the light isn't so bright. It's there to only complement it, which means that when negative things happen to us, it's only there to bring us into a more clear, conscious awareness, more into the light of who we are. Carl Jung talks a lot about the shadow. We don't get rid of the shadow, we integrate it and we bring it into the light. And then we learn from it, and it helps us to grow and become the best versions of ourselves. And this journey is really pushing you and your divine masculine into that better, highest version of yourself. I mean, your true twin flame is your higher self. That's where you and your divine masculine are connected. Everything else is temporal, right? This body, the experience we're having here as humans, that's not the eternal part of ourselves. That's an aspect of our eternal progression. It is a part of that journey, but it's not who you are, and it doesn't define you. It's just part of that plan. Okay? Who you are already is a divine soul, an eternal being of light. And that's where you and your divine masculine are already one, which is why separation is an illusion, because you are not the physical realm. You are the one witnessing the physical realm. All right, so this next card is advice. Okay? Advice. The Chariot, but the Chariot in reverse. So don't give up hope too soon. Stay in the faith that you are being guided by that higher self on this journey. And when in doubt or in confusion, recognize that the answers are already coming to you. If you are feeling it within yourself, what you need is on its way to you. Take a look at the universal laws, the 12 universal laws, and study them. See how those laws of the universe show you patterns within creation, because you are absolutely a part of that. And those 12 universal laws exist within you. And so as you're on this journey and you're going through it, you will see that it's kind of a roadmap within you, guiding you along this path. You'll start to see that you've always been on this path, even when you didn't realize you were. Okay, the awakening shows you that you may become consciously aware at the time of the awakening, but that doesn't mean that this journey wasn't manifesting for you and pointing you in that direction all the way along, from birth all the way to death. And death and birth are just a point of renewal. Okay, and we only go through this lifetime as many times as we need to in order to learn what we need to learn. Okay, another great resource for information about that is Neville Goddard. Okay, so check out those things, the 12 universal laws, listen to some Neville Goddard, listen to some Eckhart Tolle, be present in the moment, and have faith on this journey. Go within for answers. People like me are good resources and conduits to point you in the right direction. But the only place you can get true direction is from within, the compass within you. That will always point you to your true north. And your true north is only found inside of you. That's what this journey is constantly urging us and ushering us towards. How people around the issues that you are dealing with affect the decisions and the energy with you and your divine masculine. So these would be the karmics and things like that in our lives. And for this, we have the Lovers in reverse. These people teach us things about ourselves. They're mirrors for us to show us what's going on within us, because our perspective of these people in our lives shows us how we choose to view the world. And how we choose to view the world is how we experience it. And so there's choice in that. And if we want to experience things differently, then we have to see how our perspectives are creating our reality. And these people that we interact with throughout our lives are souls that have come into our lives just as we've come into theirs to teach us something about ourselves by how we perceive it. We cast the character upon our friends and our families that we choose to see them. Not everybody sees each other the same way, right? You can like one person and somebody else could not like them. Does that make them good or bad? It's all in the eye of the beholder. And once we kind of start to realize that we create reality through the lens of perception, and there's more to it than that, of course, right? Because everything born in the world of form was first conceived within the world of spirit. But you are the one in between. You're like that bridge in between. You're the conduit between the heavens and the earth. And it's through your perception that you create your reality, the way that you experience it, and also the way that it shows up for you in the world of form. So this is self-mastery. Your twin flame journey is all about self-mastery. It's a beautiful experience. It is, even though it's extraordinarily difficult at times. There's no doubt about it. What are the hidden influences and obstacles that you and your divine masculine might be facing? Seven of Cups. There's a lot of choices, and there are definitely some commitment issues, but those are coming from fear and confusion, not knowing exactly what's right or wrong, which just means that more time is needed. And we do not need to be judging the paths that anyone around us are already on, including our divine masculine. We have to trust the soul, that the soul knows what it's doing with our divine masculine, just like it knows what it's doing with us. And that all things are falling into place as they are meant to. Oftentimes, that's the biggest obstacle on this journey, is having faith in the higher self and in source. That is the most difficult thing for twin flames to accept, is that there isn't anything that the mind or the human self needs to do in order to get the divine masculine to come back, and that there isn't anything that they've done wrong to make them run in the first place. We feel we are responsible for them running, and we also feel that we are responsible for getting them back. But that's not trusting this journey, and that's not seeing it from the bigger picture or the higher perspective. And so I want to continue to urge you guys to see it from that higher perspective, that this journey has rewards and gifts above and beyond anything that the human mind can conceive of. So you cannot use the human mind to get to that spiritual realm, because the human mind is of this realm, not the realm that is awakening within you. The human mind is of the 3D world, whereas the soul is not. The soul is from something much, much higher, much, much deeper. All right. Optimal action for resolution. King of Pentacles. Follow that leader within you, the higher self. Follow the compass within you. Don't worry about what's going on in the world outside. Let go of the perceptions, the identity of the ego, the data collected from the 5 senses, and instead move into the 6th sense, the higher self, the one connected to the unseen. All things in the seen world come from the unseen. So tap into the unseen. That is the only place that you can become the conscious creator There are wonderful teachers out there that will facilitate you along the way, but the journey is yours and yours alone, and it has to come from within. You will have, many beautiful people out there that would be happy to assist you along the way. And, there's a lot to be learned from them. However, it's your discernment that helps you learn, right? It's your discernment of everything from the outside world that gives you the ability to be able to find the message that is meant for you. Okay, so like, for example, a tarot reading like this can mean many things to many of you because it's through your eyes, through your experience, through your perceptual lens, through your discernment of these cards that they will speak to you. And so for each person, there's a very different message. There are similarities, which is why it can speak to so many people, but it's not going to say the same thing. And the parts of it that are synchronistic and valuable for you are meant just for you. Those parts that are not are meant for someone else. So pray for discernment. Meditate for discernment. Prayer and meditation are one and the same. There are many ways of meditation, many ways of prayer. It's all through internal communication between your soul and source. All right. Nurture. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We would very much appreciate your support, and also, for you guys to become part of the community. If you're interested in a personal tarot reading, that information is in the description box below. We also have one-on-ones if you're looking for personal guidance and help along the way. If you have questions that you need answered, another great resource for that and a lot less expensive is our group calls, and you get a lot of help and guidance every week from not just myself, but some of our other coaches that are phenomenal. So check that out in the description box below, okay? We would love the opportunity to meet with you and to work with you. All right. Ceres, nurture. Ceres is a dwarf planet between Mars and Jupiter, named after Ceres, Roman goddess of the harvest. I could be saying that wrong. It could be Ceres. I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. If I'm saying it incorrectly, I apologize. She is the Roman goddess of the harvest, food, earthly fertility, and mother of Proserpina. Proserpina. Proserpina, goddess of the spring. When Pluto kidnapped Proserpina and took her to the underworld to be his queen, Ceres threatened to starve the world until she was returned. Ceres signifies our... Sorry, I cannot talk today. Ceres signifies our relationship to food, for better or for worse. Cultivation and the safety or loss of a child. Ceres' ancient rites initiated people into the secrets of death and rebirth through the symbolic harvest. Cut the heads off grain with a scythe, bury them, and new life arises. Mother and be mothered. Nurture and cultivate that which is growing, whether it's the harvest from the earth, the child from the womb, or the art from the artist. Real love can mean tough love. Doing what's best for your beloved, even if they hate you for it. Love and nurture your own body, and with healthy, whole foods, take them as communion with the organic world. Feel the earth beneath you, holding you, loving you through hard times. Let this abundance flow through you to others. Advocate for those who are weaker, vulnerable, or dependent. If your progeny, your project, or your harvest is being taken from you before ripening, be ready to starve the world until they are safe. Witness with strength and power. When the time is right, be willing to let go for your progeny or creation to flourish. They must embark on their own journey. Once your job as nurturer is complete, let go and step into the next level of your own mastery. Wow, this is a great card for you, Divine Feminine. I see this as really recognizing that with good comes bad, but bad can be good and good can be bad. It's all in the perception, like what we've spoken about. Knowing sometimes when to let something go and let it be nurtured on its own. Sometimes I think of it like a tree, right? A tree has lots of fruit. Say they're all pears. There's lots and lots of pears on that tree. But some pears are going to ripen a little more quickly than others. And so they may fall to the ground and be ripe and ready to be eaten. Whereas the other ones take a little bit longer. But the same tree that nourished those to become ripe is the same tree that's nourishing the other ones that are still not ripe. So we don't need to worry about that, because we know that over time they're going to ripen as they're meant to, and that they're going to join us when they are ready. It's the same thing with your Divine Masculine. No need to worry about their ripening on this tree of life. Allow that to happen. Have trust and faith in Source. That is the hardest thing for the Divine Feminine to do. It's really part of the human condition that you're overcoming, is feeling like it's you that has to do it and that you're the one that needs to make it happen. And instead stepping back and recognizing that it's Source that's making it happen for us. And be that co-creator with that Source. You know, fall into your own journey and allow yourself to be ripened on that tree, and quit worrying about the other pieces of fruit. The challenge of this card is do not mistake smothering, enabling, or infantilizing actions as signs of love. Once you release the object of your care, your life is not over. A new mystery begins. The gift. There is sacredness in your daily life. Loving, feeding, nurturing, gardening, and being in family, whether chosen or biological, are all part of a powerful spiritual path. The mother holds you. The mother holds all. Okay? All is being nurtured. All is developing and happening as it's meant to. You've got to trust and have faith in that. And just allow that which is, you know, that higher self within you, that is where you and your Divine Masculine are connected. Trust that it knows exactly how it's steering both ships. Okay? And then take a step even further back and recognize that you are that which is steering the ships, not the ship itself. Okay? And that is a beautiful awakening for those of you that understand what I mean by that. And for those of you that don't, please reach out. We'd love the opportunity to talk with you and explain it a little bit more. Let me get you guys your numerology number for today. 4 and 1, 14 or 41 or 5. All right, you guys, thanks so much for being here with us today on this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all tomorrow for our karmic partner reading. Take care.